The deserts of Mesoamerica are vast, arid landscapes that might seem inhospitable at first glance, but for thousands of years before European contact, these regions were home to thriving pre-Columbian tribes who not only survived, but flourished through ingenuity, adaptation, and cultural exchange. The Hohokam, who lived in the Sonoran Desert from around 300 to 1500 AD, were masterful engineers, creating extensive irrigation systems that transformed the arid land into fertile fields. Meanwhile, the Mogollon culture thrived in the mountainous regions of what is now New Mexico and Arizona from approximately 200 to 1450 AD, known for their unique pottery and cliff dwellings. These cultures not only adapted to their harsh environments, but also developed complex societies with rich traditions and extensive trade networks. Today we'll explore the incredible legacies of these two groups, the Hohokam and the Mogollon, and how they shaped life in the Mesoamerican Desert. Let's begin with the Hohokam, whose name means those who have vanished in the Pima language. The Hohokam lived in what is now southern Arizona from around 200 CE to 1450 CE. They were master engineers who transformed the desert into fertile farmland using one of the most sophisticated irrigation systems in pre-Columbian North America. Imagine this, over 150 miles of canals carved into the desert floor using only simple tools like wooden digging sticks and stone axes. These canals diverted water from rivers like the Gila and Salt to irrigate fields of maize, beans, squash, and cotton. The precision of their engineering was remarkable, achieving just enough slope to keep water flowing without causing erosion. They built primary canals to transport water over long distances and secondary canals to distribute it to their fields. The Hohokam grew a variety of crops, including maize, beans, squash, and cotton, which supported a thriving society and enabled extensive trade networks. Their advanced irrigation techniques not only sustained their agriculture, but also had a profound impact on their society, fostering community cooperation and innovation. The Hohokam didn't stop at agriculture. They were also skilled artisans and traders. Their pottery evolved over time from simple utilitarian designs to intricate red-on buff patterns that reflected their cultural identity. They crafted jewelry from shells imported from the Gulf of California and turquoise mined in neighboring regions. Their trade network stretched far beyond their immediate territory, linking them to cultures as distant as Mesoamerica to the south and Chaco Canyon to the north. Hohokam artisans also crafted tools and weapons from stone, bone, and wood. They were known for their cotton textiles, which were highly valued in trade. Goods traded included pottery, textiles, shells, turquoise, and agricultural products. Their extensive trade routes facilitated the exchange of ideas and goods, enriching their culture and economy. One fascinating aspect of Hohokam culture is their connection to Mesoamerican traditions like the ball game. Archaeologists have uncovered ball courts in Hohokam villages, oval-shaped arenas where ceremonial games were played. These courts were not just for sport. They held deep ceremonial significance, often symbolizing cosmic balance and community cohesion. The presence of these ball courts indicates a rich cultural exchange with Mesoamerican civilizations like the Maya and Aztec, evidenced by shared traditions and artifacts found in Hohokam sites. This exchange facilitated the spread of ideas, goods, and practices, enriching the Hohokam culture and linking them to a broader network of ancient civilizations. Now let's turn our attention to the Mogollon, another remarkable culture that thrived in the mountainous regions spanning southeastern Arizona, southwestern New Mexico, and northern Mexico from around 200 CE to 1450 CE. The Mogollon are often referred to as mountain people because they inhabited rugged highlands filled with canyons and cliffs. They built their homes in these challenging terrains, often constructing pit houses and later more complex structures. The Mogollon were skilled potters and artisans, creating intricate pottery and tools for daily use. They practiced agriculture, growing crops like corn, beans, and squash, and also gathered wild plants and hunted local game. The Mogollon interacted with neighboring cultures, engaging in trade and cultural exchanges that enriched their society. Community gatherings and ceremonies played a significant role in their social and spiritual life, fostering a strong sense of community and tradition. Early on, the Mogollon lived in small villages of pit houses, structures partially dug into the ground with wooden frames covered in mud or stone. These homes were designed to maintain comfortable temperatures year-round, a brilliant adaptation to their environment. The materials used, such as mud and stone, provided excellent insulation against the desert's extreme temperatures. Over time, they began building above-ground dwellings made from adobe and stone. Adobe, a mixture of clay, water, and organic materials, was particularly effective in creating durable and weather-resistant structures. Some villages grew into multi-story complexes, with dozens of rooms arranged around central plazas. These complexes often served as social and ceremonial centers, reflecting the Mogollon's evolving community structure. The Mogollon are perhaps best known for their pottery, particularly during what's called the Mimbres phase, from 1050 to 1200 CE. Mimbres pottery is celebrated for its black-on-white designs depicting animals, humans, and geometric patterns. These designs were not merely decorative, but often held significant cultural and spiritual meanings. These vessels weren't just functional, they were works of art that often held symbolic or spiritual meaning. The intricate designs and motifs on the pottery provide insights into the Mogollon's beliefs, rituals, and daily life. Like the Hohokam, the Mogollon relied on agriculture, growing crops such as corn, beans, and squash, but also supplemented their diet by hunting deer and gathering wild plants like nuts and berries. They developed innovative methods for farming in arid conditions, using small dams to collect rainwater and divert streams toward their crops. Their trade networks were extensive, with artifacts like turquoise jewelry and parrot feathers, suggesting connections with both northern cultures like the ancestral Puebloans and southern civilizations in Mesoamerica. This exchange wasn't just about goods, it was also about ideas. For example, ceremonial structures called kivas, large circular rooms used for rituals, show influence from Puebloan traditions. But life in the desert wasn't without challenges. Periods of drought likely strained resources for both the Hohokam and Mogollon, making agriculture difficult. By around 1450 CE, these cultures began to decline. possibly due to environmental changes, such as prolonged droughts or social upheaval. Some people migrated to join other communities, seeking more stable environments. Others adapted by changing their way of life, developing new techniques to survive in the harsh conditions. The combination of environmental stress and social factors ultimately led to the decline of these once thriving cultures. Although these tribes vanished in a historical sense, their legacies endure today, not just in archaeological sites, but also in modern Native American communities who trace their ancestry back to these ancient desert dwellers. Their influence is evident in contemporary art, architecture, and agricultural practices. Recent archaeological discoveries continue to shed light on their sophisticated irrigation systems and intricate pottery designs, offering valuable insights into their advanced way of life. So what can we learn from these pre-Columbian tribes? First and foremost, resilience. The Hohokam and Mogollon didn't just survive in harsh environments. They thrived by working with nature rather than against it. Their innovations in agriculture, architecture, and trade are a testament to human ingenuity. They developed extensive irrigation systems to bring water to arid lands, allowing them to cultivate crops and sustain their communities. They built sophisticated dwellings that provided shelter and comfort, even in the harshest conditions. Their trade networks spanned vast distances, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture. As you explore modern-day Arizona or New Mexico, or even visit museums showcasing artifacts from these cultures, take a moment to reflect on the incredible achievements of these ancient peoples who turned deserts into homes filled with life. Their legacy teaches us the importance of adaptability, innovation, and working harmoniously with our environment. As we conclude our journey through the ancient desert cultures of the Hohokam and Mogollon, we reflect on their remarkable achievements in agriculture, architecture, and community organization. These cultures have left an indelible mark on history, and it is our responsibility to preserve and honor their legacy. Want more journeys into history? Follow Adventure Seeker's Paradise for your next adventure.